all began a blaze in the northern sky.
Then we came to the planning and the beginning of a blaze in the northern sky.
Well, what I could say was the Goat Lord album I was talking about was supposed to be recorded like a year after Soulside Journey. That means like summer 91. But as I told you, we had this whole Goat Lord album done, but we just said, no, we're not playing that anymore. We're going for the primitive, like, stuff, you know, that we still like. And but that was like in March or something in 91. So we just had like 3-4 months to do what we really wanted to do. So we recorded A Blaze in the Northern Sky instead in summer 91. Still though, a couple of death metal riffs came into that fucking album because we had so little time to do an entire album. People still believe that A Blaze in the Northern Sky is a bona fide black metal album, that all the riffs there are black metal, but I mean, at least 6 riffs, 7 riffs, 8 riffs, I don't know, really fucking death metal, but we played it in a black metal style, and I tried to crush the riffs as hard as I could on the drums to make them sound un-death metal-ish, and that's what resulted in The Blaze in the Northern Sky. Well then, we lost a band member from rehearsing and finishing Goat Lord till the recording of A Blaze in the Northern Sky, and that was Doug Nilsson, because he was really into the technical death metal we played at the time of Soulside Journey and Goat Lord. But then we tried to reason and say, like, no, we don't want to do this 14 part / 16 beats stuff anymore. We're going more for the juggler and playing primitive stuff inspired by all, well, whatever, Hellhammer, Old Bathory. So springtime 91, we didn't feel much for anyone. We just bashed out some fucking primitive shit, playing the instruments, not hitting the instruments, yes. Going for pretty much total misanthropic black metal, which was really not what Peaceful signed us for, but whatever. Well, we did that fucking A Blaze in the Northern Sky album. We pulled the bassist in to do because he'd been with us. He'd been with us playing bass for the more primitive songs as well. So, well, he could do the, what do you call it, the session bass for that album. He wanted to do it on this flashy motherfucking rack he had. We just put him up with some sort of fucking whatever small PV stash with fuzz on it. We got to play that. Pretty intense. We just used the local studio, the studio that Mayhem used for the Death Crush album. Same studio, pretty cool technician we had, and we just bashed it out. That became the more or less brutal, total black metal shit that became A Blaze in the Northern Sky. After that, well, we had to send the fucking tape to Peaceville, and Peaceville said, gave me a call and said, "What the fuck is this?" And I said, "This is fucking black metal, man." And they were like, "We signed you up as a fucking death metal band. What the fuck are you doing here?" And we got tired of that shit. Look around you. Look what death metal has become. It's like nothing. It's like people in colored clothing talking about political PC stuff, you know? For me, death metal, and for us, death metal was always about something extreme, and now it's like, hey, voting or whatever. So, Basil said, "We have to remix this motherfucker." And I was going like, "Why do you have to remix it?" And they said like, "Well, this doesn't sound like anything. Like, this is just, this sound is too weak." And I'm going like back like, this is what black metal should sound like. And I said, if you don't like it, we'll take it down to Euronymous' fucking label, Death Like Silence Productions. Then Peaceful said, "Well, it definitely won't look good for us if a new signed band is gonna leave our label. So, okay, we'll release this thing." So they released A Blaze in Northern Sky as we wanted it to be, and I think no one really regrets that.
We also have to remember that the period we're talking about was it was very early in the black metal history, so you know,
Early in the second wave.
yeah, in the second wave definitely, but it's no surprise that it came as a shock to people, and especially labels which heard this for the first time. Strange, you know.
Yeah, I guess. But with Peaceful, luckily we had a pretty fucking great distribution, so the album just had like a black and white cover, which was like hideous at the time. I mean, everyone wanted like colory painted, you know, wimp stuff on the album covers, or some gore stuff or whatever. We went for a slightly grimmer approach, to say the least. And I guess in hindsight you could say that people noticed that. But nowadays a lot of people say that, oh, that's a fucking classic album, but then, I don't know. I think it was ambivalence surrounding that album, A Blaze in Northern Sky. Anyway, we had no time to look back. When we recorded the Blaze in Northern Sky album, that was done, settled, it's going to be released on Peaceville. Okay, we just moved straight on to Under Fuel Moon. And this time, we had all the time we needed. 1 fucking year to do only black metal.
But at the time, you know, black metal became more. I mean, that was the music we more and more listened to, and I mean, remember old Slayer stuff like we heard before. I was totally into Slayer before even joining Darkthrone. So I mean, the more dark side of the music, the more dark side of metal became more and more important in our lives, really. So it was natural to just jump off the whole Bermuda shorts filthy death metal bag and start playing what really meant something to us. So A Blaze in the Northern Sky start growing. We first thought of it like a mini album, but we've never been into singles, mini albums, maxi singles, whatever the fuck is.
Yeah, no way.
Full-length albums, all the things that matters. So we decided then to go ahead, skip Goatlord, do a full-length album named A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Uh, I mean, again, I remember our old bassist Dag did some riffs to A Blaze in Northern Sky. He didn't like our new approach to the metal here. We told him to leave. He could play session bass, of course, because he had something to do with A Blaze in Northern Sky, obviously. So we thought that he should be a part of it as a session bassist. So yeah, the recordings went on in the Creative Sound. What's the name of the studio? Really good studio. I remember Mayhem recorded the Death Crush there, as you said.
They were drunker than us,
Yeah.
as I have heard later on.
Yeah, I mean, but you were quite drunk as well, Fenris, as I remember.
Not when we record, though.
Oh, no. Also, one of the Mortem demos was recorded in Creative.
That's right.
Yes. And that Mortem demo was fucking brilliant. I liked it very much.
It's not bad, man.
No. So we did go ahead. Dag Nilsson was quite, you know.
He'd been kicked out already.
Yeah, he'd been kicked out already, so he was laying very low in the terrain. But we did go on with the recordings, and I also remember the rehearsals to A Blaze in Northern Sky was very good experience.
Yeah.
Again, I felt at that time that we were being very alone. I did know about Mayhem and Mortem, but you know, the metal scene in Norway was very small, very limited.
This was like the summer of '91. I think Morten was changed the name to Arcturus and did some other stuff then. We felt pretty much alone, I think, and after recording the album, it was just, well, if someone likes it, okay. If someone don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah, like that. And we had
nothing really happened after that recording, did it? I mean, we didn't go on tour or interviews or anything.
No.
What happened? We're going on to Under Funeral Moon here.
Yeah, I mean, during the recordings of A Blaze, we had an engineer, very to the book guy, you know. He didn't want to turn the knobs too much, but he did a brilliant job, and I think the balance in the sound was right where we wanted it to be. Nothing happened, you know. Dag Nilsson, gone for good. We're starting the rehearsals to Under Funeral Moon.